Welcome to another grit art video. This video series shows you different ways of being creative with grit art. And as you can see, I already taped my pages into a grit, but we're going to do something different this time. Usually the grid is a cohesive whole, but with individual sections in it. So it's more like a series of mini paintings. Today we are going to have some creative fun, some experiment, and we're not going to fill in the different sections. We're going to fill in the whole page and see what happens when we remove the tape, when they become individual. Would they still look as fun as they did as a whole? Because nobody says that with grid art you have to work on them all separately, or you have to use the same materials in each section, or you have to think about a theme. Now I'm just going to play and have fun with this whole spread, and then I'm going to take off the tape. So I had something in mind and I've never done it before, so I think I can do it. That's from my favorite person all times, Pippi Langkous or Pippi Longstocking. And it probably has different names in each language, but I love her. And that's what creativity is all about. Just experiment and play and just go. And now I'm putting gesso on both of my pages. And of course you can do this if you don't work on a grid too. Now it's part of my grid art series, but if you want to, you could always do this on one journal spread. Because I have something in mind and I'll show you. I have no clue if it's going to work. That's usually what happens with me, and that's usually why I work in my sketchbook, because everything is possible. I am going to add some acrylic ink in the mix. You know, I use gesso, but you could use acrylic paint too, I think. Maybe you don't even want to use acrylic inks. Maybe you want to use something else, and maybe after this video you don't even want to make this spread, but I'm telling you what I'm doing. And I'm just putting these random blobs in here. And right now this color palette is really cohesive, but you know what? I'm going to add a different color. That's not like a warm color, it's a cooler color, the opposite of the color wheel, because I want to spice things up. Okay, I have no clue if this is going to work. You see them dripping down, and that's actually what I want to happen. But instead of turning my page so you can really see what's happening, I thought of using some tissue paper. And this tissue paper I actually found in my shoebox. I'm pressing it down. Maybe I shouldn't press it. Well, I want to press it, but I want to see if I can make trips without moving my sketchbook. So I'm just doing it like let's see what happens. See what happens. Will it work? Will it work? Yes, I do get some drips. It's actually a fun result, but not really as fun as I hoped it would be. What if I just move this a bit and see what happens if I do what's on here already and make it a... See if I can make the drips. Well, that's going to be even more fun. And I could add anything I want to this spread if I want to. I could add more drips. I can add more scribbles, but you know what? I actually like what's happening over here. So I think I'll leave it as is. I could always add later and make them individual sections again, but for now I'm leaving as is. I'm not sure if it's going to work if my tape is really wet. But hey, I'm a daredevil. Well, not actually, not really, but I just pretend I am. Oh yes, of course. Oh, tearing on my page. I'm actually quiet during this reveal. You don't see me quiet that much, but I actually like what I am revealing on this page. And this was a super easy, super short, super fun, yeah, little exercise, experiment, however you want to call it. I actually like them. And I usually say, well, when you do grit art, there's always one that doesn't work. And if you just stick with that one and you know that one isn't going to work, you are free and you let go, and the others will eventually work because yeah, you just gave up on the one square or the one section. And I actually like them all. They're so different but still so cohesive and so fun. Yes, I'm going to do this more often. And doesn't even get muddy when you get the muddy mix of colors. You know what? Now I did this experiment, but you don't have to. I mean, if you're a figurative painter, you could always make one big landscape, for example, and then take off the tape and then see all the different sections. They're like the little thumbnails of how you want to have the cutout in your larger painting, what you want to replicate, for example. So this is such a simple way of approaching your grid. Just use it as a whole, peel away the tape, and see the magic happen. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really want to know what you thought of it and if you're going to try this as well. And subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of this grid art series, but also of all my other creative experiments and fun videos. Hope to see you next time. Wait, I cut off this video way too early. It was short and simple, but I forgot about this paper. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous when you peel it off. So I think I'm going to let this dry. And when it's dry, this is so great as collage material, because when you put this in your journal and you use matte medium, for example, it gets, oh, I think it gets transparent, well, translucent at least. So then you would see those smudges and stains you couldn't create by yourself or by hand if you want to on purpose. So this would look absolutely lovely in a collage or in your sketchbook. So don't throw away this, and don't throw away your tape, because that would be so decorative as well in your art journal. Wow, this sparked my creativity to the max. Well, see you next time.